very much. It's a pleasure being here. It's been a while. As you know, my husband, he has been traveling from coast to coast to coast so that he can step away from the Ottawa bubble and go right there on the ground to hear the stories of Canadians and the challenges that we're facing today. A single mother who's struggling to put food on the table. She has to choose between either putting food on the table or heating her home because of the rising costs caused by inflation and excess tax that we cannot afford. A young electrician who has a family member that's ill and that lives kilometers away from his house, a couple of 100 kilometers away from his house, and he simply cannot visit the family member because he cannot afford a tank of gas. Les Canadiens reconnaissent que mettre de la nourriture sur votre table, conduire vos enfants à l'école, conduire à la maison, n'est pas un luxe, mais une nécessité. C'est pourquoi la taxe sur le carbone pénalise ceux qui souffrent le plus. Alors, il faut abolir cette taxe sur le carbone. Canadians recognize that putting food on the table, heating your home, driving your children to school, driving yourself to work, it is not a luxury. It is a necessity. And it is those that are struggling the most, that are being penalized by this tax, the carbon tax. That is why we're here, to ask the carbon tax. I do my best to travel with my husband and to be by his side so I can hear all of these stories as well. But then I have to stay home with our children to make sure that there's a parent home there giving them hope and reminding yourself why we're doing this. It is not an easy path that we've chosen, but whenever my husband comes home and I see pain through his eyes, it reminds me why we're doing this. But then I see hope in his eyes. Because Canadians are standing tall, strong, raising, and you are the reason why we're doing this. And that is why every single sacrifice as a family, we do it together, and it is so worth it. Together, we're going to continue fighting, axing the tax, and bringing some common sense to this country. A young boy, born in Calgary, raised by two school teachers, that grew up in a very modest home. He was taught that it did not matter where he came from. It mattered where he was going. That story reminded me of my own story. I was born in Caracas, Venezuela, and my family, in 1995, decided to come here to Canada for the hope that we're going to have a better future. My father, who is present here tonight, mi papá, un gran hombre que hizo muchos sacrificios por su familia. A man that sacrificed a lot, who traded his business suits and came here to work really hard so that we can have hope. And it is because of that I am here today. It is because of that decision and those sacrifices. He came to a country where there used to be hope, where you could work hard and you could get ahead, where it didn't matter where you come from, whether you were born here, but if you came here to work hard, to respect the law, there was hope and you could get ahead. So ladies and gentlemen, there is hope ahead of us. And that is why it is my pleasure to share with you my husband, our next Prime Minister, Pierre Poilievre.
What an incredible speech by my incredible wife. Isn't she amazing? That's raw talent right there. Nobody writes her speeches. In fact, she just scribbles a few notes on a piece of paper and turns it into a masterpiece every single time. I knew she was smart. When I really realized I was going to be marrying MacGyver is when she repaired our car with her Paralastic when we were just off the highway back from Montreal to Toronto. This is a woman who can solve any problem. She can get, by the way, any product that can be purchased, she can find the best bargain in the world. She's able to make dollars go further than anyone I've ever seen before. And that might seem like a small thing, just like a domestic skill. It's not a domestic skill, it's a skill that we need to have right back in the heart of the government. Value for money. It's common sense. It's common sense. By the way, she also is a marketing genius. Look at this incredible merch that she put together. Yeah, that's all that's coming off. There's nothing else. I'm not just